Welcome everybody. My name is Mike and today we're going to be doing a class that's designed for mainly strong beginners. So maybe you've been dabbling in yoga a little bit, you're starting to feel pretty comfortable on your mat, and today we're going to challenge your practice a bit, take it to the next level. So when you're ready, we're going to start in a seated position at the top of your mat. You can be cross-legged, you can be on your knees, whatever feels comfortable for you. Try and find some length through the crown of your head, straight spine. Relax the shoulders, close the eyelids. Feel the weight of your body grounding down beneath you. And start to tune in to your breath. Feeling the air as it rushes into your body with each inhale and empties with each exhalation. Feeling the abdomen expand with each breath in and contract with each breath out. See if you can start to deepen your breath a little bit, making your inhales and exhales at least 3 seconds in length. Do your best to breathe in and out through the nose. The Ujjayi breath is what we call it in yoga. Inhaling for about 3 seconds. Exhaling for about 3 seconds. Good. Do your best to keep this breath flowing throughout our practice. Go ahead and blink open your eyes. Plant your palms in front of you. Step your feet back into a downward facing dog. So just take a couple breaths here to find your alignment. Make sure your feet are about hips width distance on the mat. And then if you want to pedal out the feet a little bit, oftentimes that feels nice. Maybe shaking the head yes, shaking the head no. And then finding a place of stillness in your down dog. Take a deep breath in. A full breath out. Look up to the space between your heads. Step your feet forward. Feet will be hips width distance on the mat. Good. And then from here, interlace your elbows, move into a ragdoll pose. Soften the lower back. Maybe rock from side to side a little bit here. Start to feel that stretch in the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, the legs start to wake up. Take one more deep breath in. And with your exhale, release the elbows, let the fingers fall down in front of the toes. From here, wiggle your big toes to touch at the top of the mat. So the inner arches of the feet should be touching here. And as we move through our sun salutations today, we're going to challenge our balance a little bit. We're going to do them with the feet touching. So do your best. With an inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, press the palms together. Bring the hands to heart center. Bring your awareness down to your feet. Notice if your weight is shifted back towards the heels or more towards the toes. See if you can bring your weight right in the middle, in the arch of the foot, equally distributing the weight between the heels and the toes. Good. And then with an inhale, reach the arms up, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, press the palms together, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths here at your own pace. Again, breathing in and out through the nose. Look up to your hands. Step your feet to the top of the mat. Feet will be touching. Big toes are touching. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen the spine forward. Hollow out the belly. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach the fingers up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the feet back into a high plank. Try and get your chest to start to shift towards your fingers by actively pressing through all 10 toes. And then work to find some activation in your core by pulling your belly button towards the spine. And then breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the knees down to the mat. With an inhale, sweep the chest forward into a cobra pose. Roll the shoulders back, lift the chest. Exhale, again, press back onto the knees, send the hips back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, step the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, squeeze the inner knees together, lengthen the spine forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, ground down through the heels, reach the fingers up, mountain pose. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Again, step the feet back, high plank. From your high plank, again, lower the knees down to the mat. Inhale brings you to an upward facing dog or a cobra pose. Back bending. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look up to the hands. Exhale, step or lightly jump the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the feet back, high plank. From your high plank, again, lower onto the knees or lower into a chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog, straighten the arms, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. And we'll pause here for a couple breaths. Working to ground down through the heels as you press through the inner arches of the hands. So pressing through the thumbs and the pointer fingers. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. And this is our Anjaneyasana, our low lunge. Work to pull the right hip back as you press the left hip forward. And you should start to feel a good stretch in the front of the left leg and the hip flexor there. Beautiful. From here, reach the left hand out in front of you. Reach the right arm behind you. Try and get your shoulders in one straight line, so really working to pull the right shoulder back. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Make your way back to center. Reach the arms up. Plant the palms. Lift the left knee. Ground down through the left hand. Reach the right arm open, coming into a low lunge twist. Stack the right shoulder directly on top of the left shoulder. Spread the right fingertips wide. One breath here. With your exhale, lower the right hand down to the mat. Plant the left foot at a 45-degree angle. Rise up into Warrior Two. So the right fingertips reach out in front of you. Left fingertips reach behind you. Good. And now from here, look down at your right knee. make sure that your right knee is stacked directly on top of the right ankle. And then holding that engagement through the legs. With an inhale, reverse your warrior. So reach your right arm behind you. Exhale, make your way into extended side angle. So bring your right hand, if you can, all the way down to the mat. If that's not accessible, go ahead and bring your right forearm to the top of the right thigh. And then wherever you go, reach the left arm out in front of you. So the left hand reaches towards the top of the mat. And then begin to spiral the chest open to the ceiling. Stay with your breath. One more inhale. And with your exhale, lower the left hand down to the mat. Plant both palms. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. Likely starting to feel the body warm up a little bit. With an inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Keep the right knee lifted. Ground down through the right hand. Reach the left arm open to the left side. Nice low lunge twist. Bring the eye gaze up to the left fingertips. Beautiful. And then lower the left hand down to the mat. Lower the right knee down to the mat. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the ceiling. Again, our Anjaneyasana, low lunge. So again, working to pull the left hip back as you push the right hip forward. And again, feeling that opening in the front of the right thigh. Reach the right fingertips forward, left fingertips behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, trying to bring the arms in one straight line. Deep breath in. Exhale, make your way back to center. Reach the fingers up. Plant the palms. Lift your right knee. Warrior two. Plant the right heel. Spiral the arms open. Beautiful. Settling in here. Relax the shoulders. Look down at your left knee. Make sure, that, again, that left knee is stacked directly on top of the left ankle. Inhale, reach your left arm back. Exhale, extended side angle. So again, the left forearm can come to the top of the left thigh, or the left hand comes all the way down to the mat. And then wherever you go, right arm reaches up and overhead. Work to, again, spiral the right side of the chest open to the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Lower the right hand down to the mat. Plant both palms. Step the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the right fingertips about 12 inches in front of the right foot. Get light on the left foot, and then lift the left leg up to the ceiling. Reach the left arm up to the ceiling, half moon. So try and be as light as you can in the right fingertips. Most of the weight here should be in the right heel. See if you can straighten the left leg even more. For 3, stay steady. For 2, and 1. Lower the left foot back where it came from to touch the right foot. Bring your feet to hips width distance at the top of the mat. Good, and then with your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. With an inhale, lengthen the spine forward. Exhale, fold forward. Drop the head down to the mat. Let the elbows flare out to the sides. And just take a couple breaths here at your own pace. Trying to make your breaths as slow as you can. One more cycle of breath. Nice, and then release the big toes. Again, bring your feet to touch. Ground down through the left heel, so start to feel all that weight start to shift into the left heel. Crawl the left fingertips 12 inches in front of the left foot, and then slow and controlled lift the right leg. Reach the right arm open, externally rotating that right hip. And we're again in our half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Try and find some more activation through the right leg, kicking through the right heel. For 3, stay steady. 2, and 1. Again, lower the right foot down to the mat. Awesome job, you guys. Bring the feet to a little bit wider than the hips width distance, and then sit the hips back, coming into a Malasana prayer squat. So in this pose, the toes are pointing slightly outwards, kind of creating a triangle shape with the body. And then press the palms together. Maybe close the eyes. And we'll be here for a couple breaths. So feel free to just relax into the pose. Notice the sensations arising in the body. And then go ahead and blink open the eyes. Plant the palms out in front of you. And we're going to play with crow pose. So if crow is already in your practice and you want to go ahead and take that, feel free. If you're working on crow, bring the knees all the way up to the triceps. Squeeze the knees into the upper arm bones. Start to shift the weight towards the hands. And you can just play with lifting one foot at a time here. Feeling what that feels like. And then eventually lifting both heels, coming into the full crow pose. So wherever you are, be there for 5, 4, don't forget about the breath, for 3, 2, and 1. Lower back into Malasana. Press the palms down, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Awesome job, you guys, wherever you went. Great effort. Each time we do these poses, we get a little better at them. We refine them a little bit more. And the beauty of this practice is that we never perfect any of the poses. There's always more to work on. And that's one of the great things about yoga. Never gets boring. With an inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, mountain pose, reach the arms up. Exhale, press the palms together, bring the hands to heart center. Right side tree pose. Either bring the right heel to the left calf, or to the left inner thigh. So the left inner thigh is going to be a bit more challenging, but just go where you need to go, finding your balance. Once you've found your balance, bring your hands to heart center, press the palms together. Lock your eye gaze on a focal point that's directly in front of you. And that's going to help with the balance. If you feel steady, reach the arms up to the ceiling. See if you can focus on your breath. Notice the air coming in with each breath in. Notice the air moving out with each exhalation. And if you fall out of the pose, don't worry, just come right back in. Take one more breath. Bring the hands back to heart center. If you reach them up, lower the right heel down to the mat. Left side tree pose. Shift the weight to the right heel. Lift the left leg. And Again, once you're steady, bring the hands to heart center, press the palms together. And if you still feel steady, reach the arms up to the ceiling. Take one more breath. And slow and controlled, lower the hands back to heart center. If you reach them up, release the left foot down. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up to the ceiling. Exhale, swan dive over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the palms, step the feet back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the heels, shift the weight to the toes. Exhale, wave the spine forward into a high plank. And then from your high plank, lower onto your knees. Come all the way up onto the knees. Bring your hands to your lower back with the thumbs facing outward. So the other 4 fingers are going to be pointing towards the spine. And then start to press your hips forward as you roll the shoulders back, as you drop the crown of the head back. And this is our camel pose, Ustrasana. A really nice back bend. This pose might feel a little bit uncomfortable for the first 10 seconds or so, but after that it should feel really nice. A couple more breaths here. And then slowly make your way back to center. And let's meet flat on our backs. Once you're on your back, go ahead and bend your knees. Bring the backs of your heels as close as you can to your sit bones. Lower the soles of the feet down to the mat. And then from here, go ahead and lift the hips, coming into a bridge pose. So you can interlace the fingertips behind the lower back. And if it feels comfortable, you can start to straighten your arms. From here, see if you can bring your shoulder blades a little closer together. So shifting the weight from left shoulder to right shoulder, starting to crawl the shoulders closer together on your back. Nice. And then from here, lift the hips 6 inches higher. And then hold. Find a place of stillness. Feel the belly expanding with each inhale and relaxing with each exhale. And then slowly release the bind if you have it with your fingers. Lower the back all the way down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest. Bring your hands to the outer edges of your feet. So grabbing kind of the pinky toe sides of your feet. And then just coming into a happy baby. Start to pull the knees down towards your armpits. Try and keep the lower back grounded. And you can stay in stillness, or you can rock a little bit from side to side, massaging out the lower back a little bit. And take one more cycle of breath. And then from here, hug the knees into the chest. Straighten the legs up to the ceiling. And we're going to play with shoulder stand from here. So you're going to start to shift the weight. So first you can bring your hands down to the mat. Keep the legs reaching up. And then start to shift your weight towards your shoulders. Bring your hands to your lower back. Ground down through your elbows. Start to crawl the elbows towards each other as you lift the legs even higher. So working to get the legs in one straight line with the body. This takes time to find that straight line. Oftentimes the legs tend to come towards the head. And that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just do your best. In this pose, all the blood from our legs starts to flow back to the head. This pose has lots of amazing physical benefits. Good. And from shoulder stand, go ahead and drop the feet behind your head, coming into plow pose. If the toes touch the mat, option to interlace the fingers behind your lower back and straighten the arms. If the toes aren't quite touching it, go ahead and keep the hands on the lower back for support. And eventually the toes are going to touch. But like any of these poses, it takes time, it takes consistent practice. But the results do come. That is for sure. From plow pose, go ahead and bring your knees down towards your ears, coming into Karna Pidasana, the ear pressure pose. If your fingertips are interlaced, release the bind. Again, bring your hands to your lower back, and then give your ears a light squeeze with your knees. Bring your heels to touch. The spine is stretching from neck to the base of the pelvis in this pose. And then slow and controlled, roll all the way out, vertebrae by vertebrae, onto your back. Feeling each vertebrae articulate down as you roll out. Extend your legs straight. Hug your right knee into your chest. With your left hand, guide your right knee towards the left side of your body. Reach your right arm open to the right side. And then bring your eye gaze over your right shoulder. Your eyes can stay open, or option to close your eyes here. Feel your breath begin to slow down. Feel the heart rate likely beginning to slow down. Take one more breath here. And with your exhale, make your way back to center. Extend your right leg straight out on the mat. Hug the left knee into the chest. With your right hand, guide your left knee towards the right side of your body. Reach the left arm open to the left side. Then again, from here, gaze over the left shoulder. Your eyes might be closed already. You might want to close your eyes if they're open, or option to keep your eyes open, whatever feels best for you. Take one more inhale and exhale. And at the bottom of your exhale, make your way back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Keep the left knee hugging in. Hug the right knee into the chest. Keep the back of your head grounded down into the mat. Reach your arms around your shins. So really squeezing your body into one little tight shape here. Feel the compression between the tops of the thighs and the rib cage. Notice the abdomen pressing into the tops of the thighs with each inhale. And notice it relax, creates space with each exhale. Keep that activation. Bring your forehead up to your knees. So really now squeezing into one tight shape. Utilizing all the effort that you have left in your body. Squeezing a little tighter. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Fill up the abdomen. Fill up the ribs. Fill up the throat. Exhale, let it out through the mouth. Release the legs. Open up the arms. Shavasana. Bring the feet wide. Let the toes fall outwards. Ideally allowing the eyelids to close. and simply moving into a place of complete surrender, place of complete relaxation. You put in amazing effort in this practice. Now simply allowing yourself to move into a place of ease, allowing your mind to simply let go of any attachments. Just for a few moments here. Allow your next inhale to be a little deeper than the previous breath. Start to bring some movements back into your body, wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingers. Notice any sounds in the space around you. Reach your arms up and overhead, kind of just like you're waking up in the morning, taking a full body stretch from toes to fingers. And then when you're ready, make your way onto your right side, coming into a fetal position. You can relax the right ear on the right shoulder. Keeping the eyes closed, just finding one last moment of stillness. And when you're ready, make your way all the way up to a seated position at the top of the mat. Just like how we started our class. Try and find a little more length through the spine, but keep the shoulders relaxed. Press the palms together, bring your hands to heart center. And we'll close our practice with one deep breath. Make this the biggest breath of your day. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Fill up the lungs. Sip in a little bit more air. Let it go out the mouth. One more, just like that. A deep inhale. Fill up. Let it all go out through the mouth. Bring your thumb knuckles up to your forehead. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. Again, my name is Mike. If you have any questions, comments, feedback for me, please let me know. I hope you enjoyed this class. And if you did enjoy it, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'll be uploading more videos just like this in the future. So thanks again. Have an awesome rest of your day. Namaste.